Hi there, Graham here. I'm just trying to make sure everything is clear before we start today. Okay, I'm here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance, and We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We are an emerging nation, and we are the United States of the world, and we are on a mission to banish poverty. And we welcome people from every corner of the world, from every continent, country, gender, colour, class, creed, financial status, educational level, height, weight, age. None of it matters because we are non-separatist. We don't see the differences. We only see people as human beings, part of the big family of humanity. We recognize that every human being is unique. And so, didn't work, did it? And so, we also recognize that they have something unique to contribute to our community. Excuse me. And so are of equal value to every other member. We'll get it all finished between the sneezes and the blowing nose, I assure you. I do apologize for this. We need some of Reynolds Bush tea or something, I think. Okay, so we should be streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. I apologize for being a few minutes late. We are working on something that is taking a lot of time, but we'll get it done. But it may take until Monday. I'll tell you what it is in a moment. The other thing is we are streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. And I'm heading over there now to see the comments there, because we see most of them there, although we only see the comments from YouTube and Twitch in the app here. It's a little bit unfortunate, but here we go. I'm heading over to Facebook for the public group We Share Abundance Publicly, and I've made sure my speakers are off, and I'll be looking for the 23rd of June. So far so good, and we get the comments panel up. Right, excuse me for a moment again. It was all right when I was working away here, and then as I start talking and things, it sort of seems to kick in. I'm not quite sure why. Okay, but we will get through things, and we'll get started momentarily with a short prayer to help us find true happiness in life. True happiness in life can't be bought, and there was an interesting story that I posted in the Facebook group today regarding that very, very fact. And it doesn't matter how much money you've got, you can't buy happiness. True happiness only comes when you start offering loving service to others. The great thing about that is you can't be of service to others without it being of greater service to yourself. You start concentrating on being of loving service to others, and everything you want and need in life will automatically flow to you. And it'll fill that hole in you that is always searching for more, more, more. You'll have that inner joy and contentment. If you are one of the people that is successful in chasing money, and that's very difficult to do, money tends to run away from you the more you chase it. But if you are successful, you'll get pleasure, momentary pleasure from paying off your bills and from buying the new house and so on and so forth. But you'll always be searching for more. What is it? I need more, more, more. Doesn't matter how much you've got, you will be searching for more, more of this, more of that, more. power, more relationships, more money. You've already perhaps got more than you can spend, but you'll still be searching. You go about things the other way around, but you'll not have that stress. You'll just have inner joy and everything you want and need. Okay, so that's what our little prayer is about. And then we'll have a little affirmation that will help us maintain our non-separatist ideology, but we just see every member that we have as a human being rather than trying to pigeonhole them into different boxes because they're male or female or Asian or African or whatever. So we're going to get started with that right now. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you. And we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love. Through that love, bless each member that they may find the joy of service. And through service, bless each member that they may attract into their life true happiness and everything they want and need. Amen. And the affirmation that I talked about for that non-separatist ideology goes like this. We're so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world, with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive harmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Right. I see we've got Richard in from Devon, UK, and we've got Andrew in from New Zealand. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are from, whatever time of day it is, whether you're watching us live or whether you're watching the replay. Excuse me. And Andrew's letting me know I'm coming through loud and clear. And right now, I'm going to give you the reason why I was a few minutes late. I think it was 3 or 4 minutes late today. And that is we've been working on something which was an error. It was one of a bug in our system that was not allocating correctly power of one bonus in certain instances. And one of those was in secondary staking. And it may sound a simple thing to rectify. I mean, we have rectified the bug. The bug's gone. Okay, that we've done. But we need now to go back and check all the payments that we made over the months to people and see if they should have been paid more because they were power of one qualified at some level and we're not getting paid for it. And it doesn't seem to have been the case in every instance. So it makes it doubly difficult because we have to really, really check on things. It's going to take a while, but we should get it done by sometime on Monday. And I think when we've done that, we're pretty much up to date. We do have now the alternative crypto payment system in for anything that you want to purchase within We Share Abundance, and that is Now Payments. So there are two options there, Now Payments and Coin Payments. Both can be used for buying cryptocurrency. It's up to you which you choose if both are available to you. But there are some countries in the world where coin payments is not operational. And so there you do now have the choice of going for Now Payments. If you can see, but if both are available to you, you can pick whichever one you choose. Now Payments has a network fee of $1 on all payments. So it may work out a little bit more expensive on one or two levels of payment, and probably a little bit less expensive if you're paying higher level amounts, where the percentage would be more than $1 from coin payments. It's up to you. It's there. It's available. Okay. Um, so that is completed. The bugs that we found, as I say, we've sorted out the bugs, but we haven't yet been able to go through all the records to make sure that we make good on any missed payments. But as always, it is our priority to put things right when we are wrong, and we will get that done. It will be completed. I don't really have an awful lot more to add to that. That is where we are with our development today. That's what's been going on. We have tested the now payments. It seems to be working for everything. There were some bugs in it for different things, but we've got all those sorted out. We've got also the bugs for the Power of One sorted out, but it's those payments that have been made in the past that may be due additional funds, and that's something we have to do and put right. Um, on a personal note, I've been still trying to get through the many applicants that we have and narrow it down for Miracles. I'll be working on that through the weekend. But tomorrow I am going to take some time off. I'm going to take off a few hours. So it may be, we'll delay that a little bit as well. But I don't often take time off. So unless it's essential, if we have hospital visits or things like that, okay, you have to just live with it and do what you can, work around it. But to actually just take time off to spend with my wife and my dog is something that I've not done for a few years, really, since we started this program, and they've both been neglected. And tomorrow I'm going to just make an exception, and we are going to spend a few hours just having a bit of fun, going out for the day. We will be back by 5 p.m. at the latest, because Avazu have a webinar on Saturday, that it's important that all of our members that are participating in Avazu get on that webinar. If you don't, you could well lose out on some benefits that Dave has been trying to get paid for you. Dave is the COO of Avazu, and he's been bending over backwards to try and help people, particularly within the membership, in the citizenship of We Share Abundance. And unfortunately, a lot of the people that he's trying to help won't help themselves. And because Avazu is highly regulated, it's got to the point where they're going to lose out unless they take some action. So it is important that you do that. Get on the webinar on Saturday and see what it's all about. Excuse me again a moment. So I'll get all my routine done as quickly and early as I can tomorrow. I'll probably get it done by, I'm hoping for 11 o'clock, and then we'll go out for the rest of the day till 5 o'clock. So we'll get 6 hours of just pure fun and enjoyment of being together. And I thank you in advance for your um, tolerance in me taking time out. Okay, right. We've got Richard saying, "I hope you have a good time tomorrow." Okay, thank you, Richard. I hope that is the attitude of everybody. So um, that will necessarily lose us a few hours, but I'll do whatever I can to make it up after tomorrow. ROI tips. Um, I have no further updates from yesterday. Um, that is progressing. Things take longer than you ever want. You know, today we had some windows fitted. Um, I mean, we had the windows there anyway, but they're double glazed, and some of them had got moisture in between the double glazing that just made it like it was trying to see through the mist all the time. You couldn't see through the window. And these replacement windows were ordered, oh, I don't know, a long time ago, probably a couple of months. And the first time they were supposed to do it, something happened. I can't remember exactly what the reason was, but they had to call it off, postpone it for almost a month. Excuse me again. And then the next time they came out to do it, and they had all the replacement windows and everything, and the to get it, the big window, we have a big window. Uh, it is big. It's a really large window. I have posted a picture on Facebook of it actually, so now you can see how. If you, but that window weighs over 100 kilos, and it's not only that, but it's also it's like being up 3 stories, even though we are virtually a single-story building. It's built on a hill, and so the back of the property has a very large drop down, um, while inside it's pretty much level. And the scaffolding that they had wouldn't get up high enough, so they had to rearrange that. That was only uh, last week, one day last week, and they said they'd come back and get it sorted this week, and eventually we got it planned for today. And today they turned up on time and did the job very quickly, very efficiently, and we now have our windows in. It's taken a long time, and this is what happens in life. You know, you expect sometimes things to happen like that, and even though you never take your eye off the objective, it just doesn't get done in the time frame that you would have liked, and it takes longer and longer and longer. But it does eventually get done, provided you keep your focus. And that is the case with the windows, and it's the case with a lot of the things that we have in We Share Abundance, from Miracles, the ROI Tips campaign for the Turnkey Cash Cow program, and many, many other things. We never lose focus. We keep heading in the right direction. But unfortunately, it often takes more time than we would have liked. I must say, in as well, that the people that came, there were a team of 4, I think, that came to fit the window, and they were a really wonderful group of men. They came, they were happy, they were polite, respectful, laughing all the time, joking amongst themselves. It was really a pleasure to have them in the house doing the job. And on top of that, as I say, they were very efficient as well. They got the job done, and I'm really appreciative of their mood. You couldn't be around those people without feeling happy yourself. It was just the way it was. So, a big thank you to Bude Windows. I think it's called Bude Windows, their company, um, and I can highly recommend them if you're anywhere in the area and you want a good job done with a happy crew. They're the people. Okay, right. I can see we've also got Kingsley in from Manchester, UK, and I've got dripping nose again. Excuse me. It's even just dripped down. Okay. So that's it. The the other thing about happiness in life, I did post an article, as I say, in the We Share Abundance group, and I'm going to read it to you because sometimes you won't see it, you're not in the group or whatever, um, and it's such a lovely article. It won't take long to read. If I can find it. Okay, yeah, I found it very quickly. Um, So here it is. And I headed it up as how to be happy, true happiness. And it's what that little prayer we have at the beginning of every um, update is all about. And this encapsulates it. Indian billionaire with a wealth of uh, 2.9, no, 291, sorry, billion dollars, Ratan Tata was asked by a radio presenter in a phone interview, "Sir, when were you the happiest in your life?" And Ratan replied, "I went through 4 stages of happiness in my life, and finally I understood the meaning of true happiness. The first step was to accumulate wealth and resources, but that time I didn't get the happiness that I wanted. Then came the second stage of accumulation of valuable objects, but I realized that the effect of this is also temporary, and the shine of jewelry doesn't last very long. Then came the third leg of big projects. We owned 95% of the oil reserves in India and Africa, also owned the largest steel plant in India and Asia. But here I did not reach the happiness that I had imagined. The fourth step came when my friend asked me to buy wheelchairs for children with disabilities, approximately 200 children. Upon the recommendation of a friend, I immediately bought them, but the friend insisted that I go with him and give them to the kids. Ready, and that's it, out there giving these kids wheelchairs with my own hands. I saw a strange glow of happiness on the faces of these children. I saw everyone just sitting in their wheelchairs, moving and playing. It was like they came to a picnic spot and shared their winning prize. I felt so happy inside. And when I decided to leave, one of the kids grabbed me by the feet. I tried to slowly release my legs, but the child looked up in front of me and squeezed them even harder. So I leaned over and I said, "Kid, do you need something else?" The child's reaction not only shocked me, but completely changed my outlook on life. This child said, "I want to remember your face so that when I see you in heaven, I can recognize you and thank you again." What makes us happy? There is a deep spiritual truth. It says that happiness increases as our consciousness rises and expands and dwindles as it falls and contracts. That is why we say, up in heaven and down in hell. Okay, so this is what I try and get over to you every day when we start these sessions, how you can find happiness in life. Now, we don't all have funds that we can go and buy wheelchairs for kids or whatever else. Many of us are struggling for cash to look after our own family. And there is a circle of responsibility, even though we try and teach universal love where you love everybody equally. You have a circle of responsibility, and it comes first within your own family, your spouse, your children, your mother, your father, your siblings, um, and then it expands to your friends, and then people in your village or town or county or country, and eventually to the whole world. But you can't always help people by putting your hand in your pocket and buying something that they need. But there are always ways that you can help people. And the more you search for ways to help everybody that crosses your path, the happier you will be. And that story from that billionaire is just an example. No matter how much money you've got, $291 billion, and he still wasn't really happy. He was still searching for something until that day. And I don't know what 200 um, wheelchairs will have cost him for the kids, but it will have been a drop in the ocean from his wealth. It will have been like somebody $10 giving 1 cent to 100 people. It won't have affected him financially at all, but it changed his life. It changed his life. It taught him the meaning of happiness and how to achieve it. Okay. Um, Let me give you the numbers now on today, what we've done in the last 24 hours. We have an increase of 22 in our registered members to 39,522. That increase because we take out people that haven't been active for 2 months. They've not even logged in for 2 months. We say, okay, you're not interested. We clutter up the database. Just take you out. And we always get new registrations, and when we have more registrations than the people we take out, it's a positive bit, it's a plus. And when it's the other way around, we have a negative. So it's usually a plus nowadays. We normally have a number of people joining. And of course, as we get that, those campaigns and things running, that will start to increase exponentially. But at the moment, last 24 hours, net increase of 22. Active members are people that are more keen and they're logging in on a daily basis usually. And that's up by 35 in the last 24 hours to 3,911. And multiply Weether, no change really in very much there. The bonus pool did go up by a few cents, not enough to bring it into the next dollars. But we did get 27 new email verified members. So we now have 14,843 verified members in Multiply Weether. Multiply Weether is one of our sister sites, and it's pretty much dormant at the moment, even though the membership count is going up, because the compensation plan is based on our Weether token, and the Weether token has millions out there in the marketplace that people are selling for next to nothing. And until we can change that, which we're in the process of working on, uh, we won't see an upturn in the benefits from the Multiply Weether site financially. However, there is some very, very good advertising there that you can take advantage of through our Poverty Crusher plan. as well as on logging ads in the We Share Abundance site. And you can get some amazing value for those ads for just a $5 ad. Not only that, but it will put you into a very lucrative compensation plan that actually pays you out in USDT, Tether coins, which are very easily convertible into your local currency so that you can go out and buy whatever you need to help make your life more comfortable. We are working on income from within our community, the plans, the industry, and everything that we have going on within our community. What we set up are things that will help each individual member, if they choose to participate, generate income that they can use right now. We also have a system whereby we give our members our currency every month, but that is building for the future. We can't, excuse me again. We can't currently, sorry about we can't currently release those tokens. Otherwise, we'd end up in the same situation as with the WETH token. The WETH Abundance token, we have to build liquidity for first, and we do that through increasing our income. And as you make money from any of these plans, whether they're internal or whether they're from third-party plans that we promote, things that are out of our control, out of our direct control, they're outside of our organization, but they can make you some very good income. But they also generate income for We Share Abundance, and gradually we will build those liquidity pools up. Excuse me again, so that we can take care of the people that have helped us through the years, maintain our position, our status, our existence by lending us money in various different ways. Once we've looked after all those people, direct loanees or people that bought nest eggs, we'll then focus on the general membership and help them find a little bit of extra income and help through that well-built platform. But right now, if you need money, you can make money in We Share Abundance without ever putting your hand in your pocket. But you have to go out and help people. You have to go out there, share a bit of love with others. And if you do that, you'll generate income now and you'll help people and you'll feel better within yourself as well. The third-party plans also often are based on the same sort of thing. There are some that are passive income, there are some that you need to put in a little bit of effort. Live Good is a plan which they say you can be passive in. And while that is theoretically possible for you to earn as much as well over $2,000 a month without doing anything other than being a member and just paying your monthly fee of, I think it's $9.95. In practice, it's going to be an awful long time before you're generating any passive income from that plan. But if you go out and find 2 or 3 people, share it with them, share the love with. You might have to share that with 20, 30 people, 100 people, who knows? But if you go out there and share it with a few people, and you get 3 or more people that join you in that business, then you will be on the road to prosperity in Live Good. There's also a feeder plan that they have. It's run independently by a member of Live Good. It's not part of the Live Good plan. It's called the Recycle. something to do with recycle anyway. They're both in our downline builder. What do you get for membership of Live Good? You get to buy their products if you choose. There's no obligation to buy them, but you get to buy their products at discounted prices, very low prices. If you're into supplements, then they have the highest quality supplements available at the lowest possible prices. So you get that for membership. Of Live Good. But don't expect to get into that recycler, not pay you $7 and not introduce people into it and get paid into Live Good, which month one, I think it's $50 and then $9 a month. You've got to put in some effort, you know. They are providing you with tools, but if you're not prepared to use them, tools have no value. You know, it doesn't matter how good the tools are. If you don't pick them up and learn how to use them, they'll never get a job done. You know, you can't build a house by having a pile of bricks, a pile of stone, a pile of cement, a cement mixer, plans, lumber, saws, chisels, trowels, and just leave it all there. Nothing will happen. You've got to put the work in. If you do that, the walls will come up and things will happen for you. But if you're not prepared to do it, you can only blame yourself for not generating income from any plan that you're in. Even if it's a passive plan, um, we have there's a very good passive plan. Well, we've got several of them, but there's a very good low cost one called Bit Sports. It's based on uh, sports arbitrage betting, and they pay different amounts every day on whatever you deposit with them that they can use then to stake in these different sports events. The percentage isn't that high, but it adds up, and you can start with $10, and over time they'll turn that $10 into $30, and then you can do what you want with the $30. You can reinvest it all or a part of it or whatever you want to do, but that's it, it's finished. To get that $10 to $30 totally passively will take you quite a long time. I did work it out, but I can't remember how long it takes, but it's many weeks. But if you're prepared to go out and share that with other people, then that can make your transition from that $10 to $30 very quick. As an example, we started in that plan not so much for the benefits that it'll bring to We Share Abundance, because even though we will make some money from it, it'll be a drop in the ocean when you've got to share those funds between all our members, which is nearly 40,000 members, even if it's just the 4,000 that are active. So, but more for the individual member to be able to start with a low sum of money, just $10, and build that into something bigger that they can get invested in more lucrative plans. But just as an example, we got involved with $10, and if I can find it quickly, BitSport, here we go. That $10 is now, we have $54.28 now invested instead of $10. So when that trebles, it'll be $150 odd. and we've used the money that we've made and put it back in. And like I say, $30 divided by 4,000 is neither here nor there. So we can only start compounding it by putting it back in, putting it back in, putting it back in. The balance that we have now available is only $4.26 because it's all been put back in. But that $10 has turned into 54 plus $4, whatever I said, 20 odd cents, about 58.50. But that is because we've also referred a lot of our members, and a lot of our members are making some money with that, whether it's totally passively or whether they are also sharing that opportunity with others. The more you share it with others, obviously, the more quickly you will move through that. And if you had been somebody that started with $10, we've been in this only for about, I think we're in our third week now. We've turned $10 into almost $60 in 3 weeks. If that had been you as an individual, that would give you enough money to get invested in Vortic. Vortic is one of the best passive income plans out there. But once again, if you share with Vortic, their compensation plan is second to none. The more you're prepared to share and help others, the more will flow back to you. Just as an example, that $10 turned in 3 weeks into into almost $60, 6 times. Okay. What I also did when we got involved was I put in to another account, which is totally passive, just to see how it works. And in that same period of time, we've made 13%. So one account we've made whatever I said, 600%, something like that. In this account, we've made 13%. For the other account, just as a test to see the comparison, still earning money, it's still generating income, but much, much slower because we've not shared it with anybody. We've only shared that one account. So this is a control just to see how it goes. So in 3 weeks, we've hit 4.6% of that 300% target. When you've got 300%, your contract finishes. It's a big difference. But you have the tools. It's up to you whether you're prepared to pick them up and use them or not. Let me go back and check in Melanat to see if we've got any people in there, any comments in there from anyone. Not seen Lewis for a couple of days. I hope he's well. There are no comments here. Lewis is usually in YouTube, and he's from Portugal, but he's not been here yesterday or today. So hopefully he's just out there enjoying life. But our prayers are always with everybody, whether you're fit and healthy and happy, or whether you're suffering for any reason whatsoever, physically or mentally. Our prayers are with you. I love you all. And that's it for me for today. I'll be here tomorrow after the Abazoo meeting. Same time, same place, 7 p.m. London time on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group. We share abundance publicly. I'm not sure that there'll be a great deal of updates for you because I'll be taking a lot of the day off. As I say, I'll be going out just for a little bit of family fun for a few hours. So until tomorrow, anyway, God bless you all. I love you all. Get out there, be with some warriors, share some love and abundance. You'll feel better, and you'll find that your life will drastically improve in every way, materially, mentally, and spiritually. Until tomorrow, God bless you, and I'll see you later, alligator. in a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator. Always wear a smile.